Okay. Ever since this camera has lost its batteries, it's been acting kind of weird, so I was just kind of checking to make sure everything was working okay, but hopefully it won't die this time. If it does, I apologize. You're probably going to get another couple of videos on the crappy mini-cam thing, but I don't know how good the lighting is. I should turn on that light. Hold on. There we go. This will be the second half of my Final Fantasy VIII geeking. The first half I just basically talked about a few things associated with it. How I got really close with my friends, how it really sparked me getting better at drawing. It made me start getting into developing characters. It got me into being a geek. Well, now I'm going to share some of the merchandise I have. I don't have all of the figures. I couldn't get Squall, Cypher, or Zell. And my Irvine is missing because the cat went crazy and knocked all the stuff off the shelf from where I was keeping them, so I don't know where Irvine went. But I will show you some of the figures I have. The first one I got was Selfie. I also have Laguna. Quistis, her whip is falling off there. And here's Renoa. I also have 3 of the summons, but I can't find them right now. I have Shiva, Siren, and Cerberus. And if you don't know, in those packages, they usually come with other things. So being able to do that, I think Cerberus came with Angelo. So now I have Renoa's dog to go with Renoa. I also have Carbuncle that came in with Shiva, because I got the clear Shiva, and the Moogle. And then, like every good geek, I have Squall's ring and necklace. There is a more expensive version of the ring. It's about $200 typically. I do not have that, but it is a goal for the future. I don't know if I had mentioned it, but I did cosplay Renoa at one time, and I'm definitely willing to try that again and improve it. Future cosplay plans for Final Fantasy VIII would definitely be Renoa, Selfie, Quistis, possibly one of the sorceresses. I've seen some beautiful Adias. I've not really seen any Ultimishas. I think I saw one Adele. So if you see any like really good cosplay pictures of any of those sorceresses, feel free to link them to me. I'm sure people have done amazing jobs. As for the game itself, I don't really know what to touch on about that. I know a lot of people really dislike the game because of the draw system. And the draw system really is a pain in the butt sometimes, but once you just like religiously start drawing everything, then you finally get a break, and you know, it's great, because I'm finally past the point. I'm on disc 3, I think I mentioned. I'm finally past the point where I have to draw very much, and you know, it's great. Everything's going by fast now. So, you know, I didn't really know any better because that was the very first RPG I ever played, so I didn't really know that there was anything different besides the draw system, but I picked it up relatively quickly. The characters themselves, I really like how well they develop Squall, because you see Squall, you think, oh my gosh, this guy's such a jerk. And then, as you go through the game, you see his inner dialogue and even his outer dialogue change. Like, you see how people react to the way he acts, and you see how he feels about things, and then you get to see some of his past. So, he is somebody who probably develops the most out of everything. And, you know, it's really great to see that development. I kind of wish that the other characters could develop quite as much. In certain ways, Renoa develops, but in certain ways she doesn't. Another thing is with my friend Steph, her favorite character is Cypher, and I never took the time to really examine Cypher. I always just wrote him off as the stupid bad guy, whatever. Well, thanks to her, I started just analyzing every single thing Cypher said, and really, now, after analyzing it, he is a bit rough around the edges, but he does things for the greater good, mostly. And I know that probably sounds silly to people who are going, oh my gosh, Cypher's a jerk, but he wants to honestly help Renoa. He goes to help her, you know, risking himself. And you can tell that he really cares about getting the job done, because in Doylette, I don't know how you'd say that, you know, he really wants to be involved so that Galbadia doesn't, like, take the tower or whatever. And the thing is it's stupid that he took the rap for that. Yes, he is the group leader, but Squall flat out admitted that he would like to go, whenever Zell was totally opposed to it. So Squall should have taken some crap for that too, but he was made to look like the hero. And that kind of annoyed me, because Cypher shouldn't have taken all the crap for that. The things I really can't explain are once he's, like, following Ultimecia around. Edea, you can kind of explain it as, oh my gosh, he probably used Guardian Forces a lot less. He remembers that she's Matron. But he didn't stop to think, why would Matron be acting this way? Why would she suddenly want to go nuts and kill people, you know? That's not like Edea at all. But then my excuse for Ultimecia is that she kind of possesses him and messes with his head. You know, I don't know if that's true. As I said, I'm replaying the game. I'll see if I can find any evidence to that in the game, but I don't really think I've seen any. We'll see. I wasn't very observant as a kid. I was a pretty naive kid, so. Not until recently did I figure out how to actually observe things properly. I'm way behind on the responsible adult scale, but I collect action figures and talk about video games, so I'm not really trying to be adult. What else was I going to touch on besides Cypher? I really don't think that he's all that bad of a guy, honestly, but they make him out to be a real big jerk in Kingdom Hearts, and I don't know. In certain ways I can see why they would do that, but in certain ways I'm just like, weapons. What's you guys' favorite weapon? Honestly, you know, I still really love the Gun Blades. I really want to make one of my own. I've seen a few really good crafted ones, but they're always heavy on the blade, which, you know, you could figure why that would be, but, I mean, I know it's possible to craft something properly. Selfie is the reason I started using nunchucks. I ended up taking martial arts classes and learning how to use nunchucks, and I do collect some. I don't have any out at the moment, but I did start collecting them thanks to her. You know, just like Quistis got me started in learning how to draw girls because she was so pretty. You know, Final Fantasy VIII has just been a really big influence. And one other fact, my dog, which I don't know if I've ever introduced him because he's kind of a dummy, his name is Raz. Whenever my friends played the game, they always renamed Angelo Raz after their dog that passed away. And that's why my dog is named Raz. Partially because of, in honor of their dog, and partially because I wanted my own Angelo who was so loyal and stuff, and since I called him Raz, I decided to name my dog Raz. So that's another fun fact. I like to talk about stuff like this, like favorite area, favorite land, because like I recently started watching playthroughs of Final Fantasy 13 because I can't really play it right now because I don't have the system or anything. So, you know, I just recently got to a part where I'm like, oh, I found my favorite scene and my favorite area. Windhill is definitely my favorite area because of how pretty it is and everything. I really love flowers, so a town that's like based off of selling flowers is just a really, really cool thing for me. If not there, then it's hard to say. probably Doylette, whatever. But yeah. I really like the way that towns in Final Fantasy games are typically constructed. I'm not really a fan of Deling City. I always get lost, even though, like, I know where everything is. I always end up in circles, so really don't like Deling City. Balam is really pretty. It's a pretty calm town, pretty cool town. I don't know if I touched on my favorite character. My favorite character is definitely Selphie, but Renoa will always have a special place in my heart, and I'll always remember my silly crush on Squall. Favorite summon is totally Shiva. Shiva has been my favorite throughout every single game. And I really like most of the summons in this game. But yeah, sorry. Shiva has always been my absolute favorite. And someday I'll hopefully be able to cosplay her, and I will cosplay the 8 version. I will agree that the 10 version is amazing, but 8 version for me all the way. Trying to think. Favorite scene, favorite part in the game. Honestly, I'm starting to lean towards the one where Squall's, like, talking to the unconscious Renoa when they're on the train tracks and stuff, like, going to rescue her. I really think it's sweet that he opens himself up like that. I really like it. Favorite side quest, because, you know, I definitely played all the side quests. My favorite is also my most frustrating, and that's trying to go get, Bahamut. And yes, I call it Bahamut. I know some people call it Bahamut, whatever. But I call him Bahamut. Because it's just a creepy little area, and it's really fun to explore. Trying to think of anything else. This video is probably already pretty long, but you know, it was pretty fun talking about Final Fantasy VIII. Maybe I'll have more to add in the future whenever I talk about other games, but it was pretty fun to talk about. I'm not sure which segment I'll be doing next, but I'll try to do these about once a week so I'm not flooding you guys with videos anymore. There may be 1 or 2 other videos up this week, just things that I wanted to finish off and do. But other than that, I'm just going to start doing this series, basically, and it's going to be once a week, so no more flooding, and hopefully I'll have other people that want to sit there and geek with me. You know, definitely feel free. But I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope that you have a good day. Bye-bye.